On this video, I'm going to show you our exact process to create a powerful content creation system that adds 15 to 30 new qualified prospects each month for your business. We believe that content is the base of your marketing strategy. It's what builds your brand, makes you look like the authority in your space, and brings you the most qualified lead. By the end of this video, you're going to have a complete knowledge of everything we do to create a content creation system, how to save time, how to do it correctly, and also how to apply it to your business. So with no further ado, let's get into this guide. I'll show you how we use this evergreen strategy to get new leads and grow your brand. Let's dive in. Okay, so this is a guide we've created for you at 15 to 30 new qualified prospects every month, 10-step guide to creating powerful content that gets you more high-ticket clients. Now, before we start, I wanted to say why I believe this is really important and how we've seen great results. So creating content and sharing with your audience valuable thoughts, ideas, and past experiences is one of the most powerful ways there are to communicate with as many people as possible at the same time, turn cold audiences into warm ones, and most importantly, create a referral system that constantly nurtures and orchestrates referrals. Why is this important for referrals? If you have content, first, people are going to refer you more because you're going to look good and you're going to have actually an audience and an impact, and people are going to refer people that they feel good about. And the second one is that when people refer you to their business, their referrals are going to see your content, and there's going to be a higher chance that they create a connection with you before they even contact you. So those are really two of the most important things of why having a content production system in place, it's such an important thing to have at your company. So here's exactly what we'll cover in this document. The setup, what you need to create a content creation system. 2, topics of the videos. 3, strategy and tactics to engage as many prospects as possible. 4, scripting great content. 5, content schedule. 6, production and recording. 7, distribution across all channels. 8, how to share with past and new clients and get more referrals. 9, bonus number 1, your funnel. And 10, bonus number 2, YouTube SEO and how to rank your videos high. So this is a comprehensive guide. It's 10 steps, step by step. Let's dive in. Step 1, the setup. What do you need to create a content creation system? It's not like you need heavy equipment or expensive cameras or expensive equipment to create your content creation system. You can actually do it with your phone, or you can also purchase cheap cameras and cheap equipment that is going to look very professional. The thing is that nowadays in YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok, some companies look very good, and you want to match that because everything starts with how your client perceives your brand. So I'm going to give you some options of different tiers that you can use to purchase your equipment or anything you can use to start your content creation system. Technical inputs to have without spending thousands on gear. Tier 0, if you don't want to spend money, your iPhone or cell phone camera, I would recommend to be has some of the best quality of cameras out there, and you can create a blog or create content with your iPhone camera. The only thing is that you would then have to edit all of the videos, but people do that anyway, so there's not a big problem with that. You can start with that. So the tier 1, which is the best option, is a Sony CVE-10 with an integrated lens, like a lens that comes with the camera. It's around $700. For microphone, we've got the Godox Magic XT1, a tripod, and a gimbal just to make your videos smooth. If you're recording outside, I think it's a great option. Tier 2, if you want to have the best video quality. Sony FX30 digital camera with XLR handle unit, the lens Sony FE 20mm 1.8 lens, DJI wireless microphone, gimbal, Studio Light Godox. This one is very cool because with the lighting, you're going to have a much better video quality, which is great. And then a softbox to have a secondary light. You can also purchase 2 microphones, like for podcasting, either a Blue Yeti, which is $99.99, or a Shure MV7, which is $149. Perfect. So once you're set up with your equipment, then we're going to go on the first step to get you covered, which is the research and analysis. Now that you have everything you need, you're going to start thinking about the content you want to create and validating it. The key question I always ask myself here is, what problems does my ideal client have? And then I work backwards from it. So the steps to identify some subjects you can create your content around will be the following. 1, create a list where you can brainstorm all of the topics you think will be important to your ideal client and that you have expertise in solving. 2, then download a Chrome extension that's called TubeBuddy that is going to help you see the volumes of searches that there are on YouTube on that specific topic and what terms of search are more competitive than others so you know where to start. 3, start writing your results on the list you create and organize the topics from the most searched to the least searches. 4, choose the topic you feel the most comfortable talking about and start with that one first. Once you do this, actually go into the searches and see what other people are creating. This would allow you to get ideas and see what's working based on the views and engagement of the videos. You can have a copy of exactly what we use here. This is going to allow you to have everything organized as a Google document and you just create a copy for yourself and grab it. Okay, another thing that's really important when you're creating your content strategy is your website, because a lot of the traffic that we get from the views is going to be directed and funneled to your website. So your website has to have some basic things that I believe are real important and help your conversion. The first thing is an about video. If you can have an about video talking about your brand, talking about your history, talking about what you do, is going to engage people further and they're going to trust you even more, which is going to turn into more book calls. Also, on your website, it will be really cool if you could add social proof, like case studies of projects you've done in the past, things you've done in the past, your track record, results you've gotten for other clients. This is very important because as well, we're building trust with cold audiences. And number 3, and this one is a plus if you can on your website, is information in form of lead magnet. So for example, this guide is a lead magnet that I'm giving for free to you that you can use and you can solve a common problem that you have. And then if you want further assistance, then you can work with us. That's the basic logic around it. And I believe you have to just give it out without expecting anything in return. Sometimes people are just going to use it and that's okay. But that's part of building the brand and building what you stand for. So I believe that's really important. Tab number 2, the topics of the videos. This one is really important because after doing the market analysis and research, you actually have to start crafting what is exactly what you're going to talk about to keep your audiences engaged. So we're going to cover that here on this step. So let's dive in. So the first thing on the topics is to know how many of each to do. When I say how many of each types of videos to do. Normally we have 1, explainer videos, and 2, case studies and social proof videos. Case studies are very simple. It's just talking about past projects you've had or past experiences and just explaining what is that you did. This one is going to be 35% of your videos that you upload. And then the explainer videos are going to be videos that the general public just wants to know, just like how to guide or 7 steps to do this or how to do this. So these videos actually more people are looking for it and it's going to have a broader reach, but they're going to build trust and in synergy with the case studies videos, they're going to perform very well. Number 2, hooks. Hooks are the reason why people feel compelled to check out your content. It is the reason they click your video and start paying attention to it. Hooks actually keep people watching for longer. If you get people watching past the first 10 seconds, you have a greater chance of like keeping them for longer. So hook is really important. And there are 5 types of hooks we use. So the first one is far past, the important lessons in your life, connect with that wisdom to your products or service to provide huge value to your audience. Recent past, talking about stuff you're experiencing in a period of as short as last month. Present, these are exact ideas that happened at the moment. You had a meeting with a client to show your advancements and you did it in a unique way. You can talk about what's the best way to present advancements to a client. Then trending, look at where attention is. This is part of like the research. Look at where attention is and then just address a topic that you feel you have expertise in. And then manufacturing. This can be a topic you find interesting and you want to speak about this. For example, how zero carbon emissions homes will change the way we live. When thinking about the topics of your videos, it's very important to structure the hooks and what you're going to talk about in a very organic way. This way, we can ensure you're going to get more views on your videos and you're going to also compel more people to watch for longer and actually ask about your services. So let's go to step number 3. Step number 3, strategies and tactics to engage as many people as possible. By now you have basically a plan that you can work with with, but it's very important to have in mind what you're going to do with that. So if you have the correct mindset, you're going to be able to create the correct videos and communicate it in a way that really creates a connection with your audience. And this is why this is so important. If you have a good strategy in mind and then you pair it with good tactics, you're going to have greater chances of success with your content production system. So let's dive into and explain each of these concepts. So strategy and tactics to engage as many prospects as possible. There are two parts on how to engage as many people as you possibly can and convert them into your audience: the strategy and the tactics. The strategy will be the macro action plan, which is to post great content, lead with value, and step into your ideal client's shoes to solve the questions they have. The tactics are going to be all the individual actions you take in order to maybe make your videos perform better or reach virality, either of the two. Let me explain both. A, the strategy, and I think the most important part of all your content production system: lead with value. We've already covered the methodology we'll be using to create valuable content that your ideal client wants to know more about. This is going to be the whole purpose of what you're creating: to provide value to people. Give until they ask. You're going to become the go-to company and the authority in your niche. Now, from this valuable content, you're going to create what we call a content loop that we're going to explain later, and you're going to distribute all these core ideas and this content around as many platforms as you can to build your brand and increase your reach, which then you're going to funnel to your website and long-form videos to convert more people. You're going to be creating YouTube videos to educate. You're going to create blog posts out of this content. This will help you have more valuable information on your website and rank higher. You can create newsletters that you share with your past and recent clients. You can send valuable content to people you know that will like to watch your video. You get the idea here. We're going to lead with value and help as many people as we can. This will earn your prospects' trust and convert people into engaged prospects. Now, let's speak about tactics. The tactics are going to be all those individual steps you will be making that will help us complete this strategy. There's things like what headlines to use, what copy to write, and how to edit your video thumbnails. How to create compelling headlines. A headline is a short phrase used to capture people's attention. The most common example are the names of your YouTube videos or the first sentence in an Instagram post. We're going to use this to capture people's attention and then having them watch for longer. It's basically the same thing as your hook, but basically you're going to be saying this on your videos, which will set the tone of what you'll be talking about. So the headlines we like to use are recency, as recent as possible. For example, a market report for the exact month you make the post. Relevancy, people pay more attention to stuff that affects them. For example, a homeowner that is looking to sell pays more attention to something that currently affects their home prices. Celebrity. This includes celebrity authorities. This can be like famous designers or famous design examples. Proximity. This is close to home. For example, if you're an architect in Boston, it is better to direct your headline to the Boston community, of course. 5, conflict. These are opposite idea. For example, marble versus granite. 6, unusual. This can be things like weird design or one-of-a-kind properties that capture people's attention. 7, ongoing. These are things that are in progress. For example, if you're building a home and you're documenting the process, you want to show that from like plans to the construction to then finishing the home to then the case study of the person and the review about the work you did. The second strategy are the thumbnails. And basically the thumbnail can be in YouTube as the image before you watch the video, and in Instagram as the cover photo, or this can apply also to TikTok and all the other social media. It's basically the cover photo. And what you want to do with this is that you want to have a compelling cover photo so that people can click easier. And what you want to do with this is have a compelling cover photo that people can relate to and that grabs their attention so they click on your video. So how to create good thumbnails. Use 4 words or less on your image. 2, visual keys. Use graphic or icons. 3, big, bold, and relatable. Make your text big and easy to read. 4, keep it simple. Don't have a lot of clutters here. 5, format your text. Make your text stand out. 6, be visually pleasing. 7, show your face. Thumbnails with human faces perform a lot better. And sometimes it is good to be the face of your brand. Okay, step number 4. Now that you have all the tactics, you've got the topics you're going to talk about, you know what your ideal client is looking for, we're going to script great content. Let's dive in. Now, it's time to see how to actually sketch and create scripts for the content you're going to create. I'll explain to you 3 of the most important things you should keep in mind whether you're creating the scripts or your videos and posts. So, A, how to plan your scripts. Remember, there are 2 types of videos we're going to be talking about. There are case study videos and there are explainer videos. If you're doing a case study video, this is the structure you want to have. You're going to have the headline, which is to grab people's attention. Then you're going to have a little snippet of the end of the video, like proof of what you did. Then you're going to go over the thesis or main idea. Then you're going to share like a story of like insights or things you discovered while doing this project, problem and solution. And then you're going to present the process, like everything you did, talk about your experiences, talk about important things while you were doing that compels people and that actually provides value. And then you're going to outline the next steps people can follow to then watch more of your videos or go to your webpage. And then you have a conclusion where you like express the main idea and like just sum up all of the video, and then you end it there. 2, explainer video. Explainer videos usually go like this. You've got the hook, for example, 5 new trends of kitchen design. This is to capture people's attention, and you can use what we explained before. Then you have a little snippet of the solution or the answers. For example, you give an introduction or like a transition from like the hook to the body where you say like, in this video, we're going to be talking about the 5 new design trends that are the most powerful right now when creating a new home, for example. Then you're going to explain each of the 5 trends in bullet points and go in depth onto why each of these are important, your thoughts about it, just to give more personality. And you explain the benefits, and at the end, you can create a call to action. A call to action will be like, and if you're also interested in like backyard designs, click on the link on the video. Or for example, click on the link to know more about our processes. Things like that, just something simple that leads people from where they are right now to the next step. Now, I have to say this is by no means a rigid structure. This is just a format that you can follow, but creativity here plays a big role. So if you want to explain concepts in a different way, or you want to talk about different things, feel free to do so, because that's part of your personality and that's part of your brand. And every brand is unique. And once you find that uniqueness, you're going to be able to connect more with your ideal client. B, how to make scripts that make people watch past the first 10 seconds. Recent data shows that 65% of people will watch a video for up to 10 seconds based on the first 3 seconds they saw, and 45% of the audience will watch to the end based on the same opening. So the first 3 seconds or 10 seconds are the most important part of your video, because that's what really gets people committed to keep watching your video. So we have 3 ways to keep people paying attention for longer. Number 1, the list. For example, 5 new trending kitchen designs, 7 ways to know you have the right architect, and 3 best areas to buy a home in Brooklyn in 2024. Then you have steps. For example, 5 steps to choosing the best custom home builder for you. And then you've got stories. I personally really like stories because they're the fastest videos to do, because you're only talking about things that have already happened to you and you're describing what happened. But people love to hear stories. And when you tell a good story, it really creates a connection with people there, which keeps them watching for longer. Now, once you scripted your content, we're going to go to step 5, which is creating your content scheduler. So right now, you know what videos you're going to do, you know what topics you're going to talk about, you know how to structure your videos, you have your scripts, you have everything ready. You're going to want to organize all of this so you save time and you're as efficient as possible, and you're just not running around and you don't know what to do. We have a content scheduler prepared for you that you can use to streamline all of this process. The way you make this is to plan your content ahead of time and have a content schedule. That way, you only have to dedicate 2 or 3 hours per month to researching the topics you will talk about and 1-2 hours per week recording. The content scheduler looks something like this, and you can grab a free template on this link where you're going to have this same content schedule. And you can see on this content scheduler that we favor long form videos, because those long form videos are going to be where 80% of your clients are going to come from, but they're only going to have 20% of the views. Okay, so right now you have your content schedule, you have your topics, you have everything. It's time to start recording. So step number 6 is production and recording. Let's dive in. As I mentioned earlier, it's going to be important to set aside 2 or 3 hours per week to record and produce your content. During these times, you will be investigating the topics, making the presentations, and recording the videos. 8. Content script. As I mentioned earlier, you don't have to follow a rigid script. If you know the subjects by memory or you want to explain them with your own words, this is better than anything because it's going to talk more about your personality, about your knowledge, and about what you know how to do, which is going to be better than any script that you can't create. Trust me. Then the recording. Once you're recording, you have to keep in mind that you don't have to get everything on one take. Then you can edit the videos and you can remove all the parts you didn't like. Nowadays, there are so many tools with AI and so many programs out there that can help you do this. And when you don't have to create all the video in one take, it's going to save you a lot of time, because imagine if you are 5 minutes into a video and you just make a huge mistake. You don't want to go over and repeat all the video. So just keep going and then have someone that edits your videos. Second, the lighting. Make sure you have a good lighting that you can use. Make sure if you don't have a lighting you bought, you're standing in front of a window and you don't have the light coming from behind you. So here's a video, good versus lighting, that you can use to know how to do this. Number 3, the audio. Always try to use one of the microphone options given above. But if you don't have this, don't worry. There's so many options out there with AI right now that can enhance your audio that there's no problem with it. 4, the background. For some people, this is really important because it speaks a lot about their brand. For some people, it isn't, but it's just your personal opinion. I believe that when you have a nice background, it says good things about you, but it's not something like will make it or break it. And some people just have a nice background and no content at all. So just do something that you feel comfortable with. Okay, now you've recorded all of your videos. You have them stored. You have your content schedule. Now what? Then we go to step number 7, distribution across all channels. Let me talk about this concept that I previously mentioned, which is the content loop. And the content loop is basically getting a core idea, like this long form video, and distributing it across all of your platforms. So you get a core idea like this video, and then you create a little snippet. So for example, we have 10 steps here on this video. One little snippet will be the first step, then another, the second step, and so on and so forth. With content, you can distribute across Instagram, across TikTok, across X, but everything comes from that core idea. What platforms to focus on? Okay, right now you may be thinking, where do I post my content? I've got YouTube, I've got LinkedIn, I've got Instagram, and there are 2 approaches to this. There is the width then depth approach, and there is the depth then width approach. It depends on your style of what you want to do, but let me explain each one. The width then depth approach is basically posting on every platform, and then once you master them, or once you master one of the platforms, then you go deep into that. I like this process better because you're able to see and test out what platforms you like the best and maybe where your audience is at. And you don't have to be married with just one platform and just post them. Then you have the depth then width approach. This will be, for example, just focusing on posting on Instagram. And once you master Instagram, then start posting across all platforms. This can save you time, but if, for example, nothing never works out on Instagram, then you will not grow easily. Also, if Instagram, for example, changes their algorithm or something, and you were used to that platform, then you're going to be stuck with less views. See, how much to post on each platform? Well, we say the best thing to do is to create 4 long-form videos, and then from those 4 long-form videos, extract at least 2 posts for each. So like 2 branded posts, like Twitter or LinkedIn articles or blog posts or newsletters that you can then post everywhere. And also from the long form videos, you can extract 4 short form videos of each one, and then use those videos and post them on the platforms that favor more Reels type of content, like YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, and TikTok. Okay, now you're posting, now you have your different formats and you've got everything covered. Now what? Next part is getting referrals out of the content you've got. let's dive in. So once you have all your content, you're already posting, you feel comfortable, you've got your 4 long form videos per month, 16 shorts, or even longer if you want, we're going to start using this content to nurture and orchestrate referrals. This is one of the most important things that we can do from the content. That is why I explained at the beginning of the video that having a content creation system is so important for your referral strategy, because it's going to allow you to lead with value. And when you contact a person, you're not just asking them for business, you can actually share things that people want to see and that creates value in their lives. So let's dive in how to do it. So step 8, how to share with past and new clients and get more referrals. One of the key goals of creating this content strategy is to get more referrals. This is a vital point of your plan to always be fresh on the minds of past and new clients when they think about recommending who to work with. Now, if you want to use all this content you're creating to get more referrals and have a system to constantly acquire new clients, you can check out this guide that we have here. It's going to explain on 8 steps how to create more referrals and how to nurture those referrals based on the people you know and based on the content we're creating. Also, on the next video, we're going to explaining how to use everything here to nurture and orchestrate referrals. So stay for the next video. You can also check it on the link here. And it's going to be very, very helpful to control your referral process, because sometimes referrals are in the air. I know they're so good, but it's hard to control where the next referral is going to come from. So we're going to have a system to nurture and orchestrate those. So what we're going to do with the content we have is A, share with past clients. You know you have valuable content and people are going to find it interesting. You have plenty of ways of sharing these guides and tutorials with people. So let me give you some here. Send personalized emails sharing valuable content. Send direct Instagram DMs to people. Send WhatsApp messages sharing the information with people you think will find this valuable. So you can mix this up so you're not contacting people on the same way or the same channel, which is going to be great for you as people don't want to receive text from you all year round. So you mix this and you mesh it effectively as you like it. B, spread your message effectively. Make sure all of your clients are following you on social media and are also following your YouTube channel. Kindly ask people to do so. These are people who already have goodwill towards you, and this will help you a lot. See? Be ready. Once people refer you, you want to have your content on point. You want to have your website on point. So when people that are referrals check all your socials and check your website, you have everything covered and you actually build more trust, which is going to allow you to pre-sell them even before they contact you. It's such a powerful concept. Okay, you've done everything. You've got your referrals going. You've got your content going. Now what? This is why we have step number 9, your funnel. It's not only enough to get views and don't get any conversions. You actually want to guide all the interested people and make them your clients or at least your prospects. And this is why our funnel is so important. It's important to be intentional about the content you are creating, about the things you're doing, and about the videos you're posting. So we're going to explain to you how you can use all of your videos and your social media to create a funnel to get more prospects each month. Let's dive in. Okay, I think it's very important to align, and it's one of the pieces many people leave behind and do not pay enough attention to. You have to guide people on what to do next, and you should have an easy process that people can follow for them to connect with you and be able to have a consultation or get a proposal from you. So this is how a funnel works. You have all your social media channels here, which basically works attracting people to your ecosystem. So you drive traffic to your website or long form videos. Then there, people interact with you. Either they leave comment, they send you a DM, they request a quote, anything. Then they generate the contact, inquiries, investigate more, and you can actually contact them and have a meeting with them. And then they purchase and they close. And you want to be very intentional about how you do this, because on each and every stage that people go through your funnel, they're going to have different concerns and different questions that you can even answer with your content. So in order to achieve this, you should follow the following steps. 1, all of your content should be directed to your website and long form content to learn more information. 2, your website should have all the content you're producing and have more than one page. You have your homepage, your about page, you have resources, you have testimonials, things of that nature. The more you have, the merrier, because people are going to be able to look through more information and really make up their mind on why you're the best option for them. 3, make it easy for people to contact. Don't make it a maze to find your contact us button or to find how to book a call with you. Make it super simple. This is just a quick tactic. With that, you're going to be guiding all the interested people to book more calls with you. And with this, you're going to have a complete content strategy from A to C that gets you more clients, builds your authority, and grows your brand. But let's go to bonus number 2 and the 10th and final step. Step 10 and bonus number 2, YouTube SEO and how to rank your videos high. Now, we made this a complete separate step because for us, YouTube is the cornerstone of your content. YouTube is where people can really create a relationship with your brand, since you can have long form content and people use YouTube more often to really search for stuff. So this is where people can watch 10 minutes of your videos, 20 minutes, even an hour of your videos if they're good enough. So YouTube is going to be the base of all your marketing strategy. And this is where 80% of your book calls are going to come from. The reach may be a lot narrower, but the impact is huge. So let's dive in. 10, bonus number 2, YouTube SEO and how to rank your videos high. Having your videos rank higher and have more views is a consequence of following all the steps we had above. But there's some key tactics that will help you rank higher in YouTube. Key metrics to rank higher in YouTube, how to increase the average viewer duration, description and tags, and viewer satisfaction. If you use this, you're going to have a lot more views on your YouTube videos. You're going to have all the tactics covering what's important on your YouTube videos so people can actually find the videos and watch them for longer. So with that, we conclude this guide. I know this is a lot to take on, but luckily you have this guide. You can go through it at your own pace, or if you want, you can even ask us about anything about this guide or any other information you'd like to know. Now, the next video of this 7-video series is going to be how to nurture and orchestrate referrals. If you want to watch that, stick to this channel and check out the next chapter here, and I'll see you there.